In today's video, I'm going to be working on the engine side of the Classic Mini. In the previous videos, it's all about the bodywork, but in today's video, it's something a bit different, which is a nice change. Now, I've got the expansion tank from the coolant system. I removed this in the last video, and I'm just going to soak it in some hot water with some limescale remover. On the floor, I've got some of the coolant pipes. I'm going to grab those now. I'm going to give them a good spray with limescale remover, and I'm going to place them in the warm bucket, and I'm hoping it'll break down a lot of the mildew, coolant excess that's still in the pipes. Now, I'm not promoting this product in any way, but I will say it does tell you it's the #1 against limescale. Let's see if it actually is. Oh, it smells lovely. Just show you. That's the old coolant sludge. Now, this is the main pipe work from the coolant system. I'm just going to give it a good check over around all the edges and ends to make sure it's not perishing and there's no splits or cracks. And believe it or not, it's in really good condition. If it is 20 years old and this is the original part, I'm really surprised how good it is. When stripping an engine down, it is worth checking most of the components as they come out. Rather than just putting them in a box and forgetting about them, give them a check over when you get the chance, clean them up, and you'll know that when it comes back round to refitting the engine in all the parts, it's already clean and ready to go. Now, I'm not sure if I was being wound up by one of the chaps that I was talking to on the forum, but he did tell me when you remove these hose pipes and you put your finger in that hole there, like that, he did say if you blow on the tube there, it plays an almost perfect tune. Let's give it a go. Wow, it was actually right. Pretty impressive. You can already see the limescale remover doing its work on the inside of the hoses, as most of the old sludgy muck is coming out. So should have got a bigger bucket. I'm going to crack on now in the engine bay and remove as many of the items as I can. Before I do so, I'm just going to go around and spray some of the bolts with some penetrating fluid. Let's start now by removing the thermostat, the alternator, and then the radiator. I'll throw it on time lapse, so it should speed it all up. Right, just before I do any more, HT leads, I marked them all up before I removed them, and I took a photo of them in their correct position, so once I go to refit them, I'll know exactly where they should go. Almost got the radiator out now, but the last fixing won't come out. I'm going to take the star bit and knock it in with a hammer, see if it will stay in there, and then try and remove the fixing. Should have had my Weetabix. Yes! The fixing's completely rounded off now, but I can remove this enough to get the radiator out, and then I should be able to get the mole grips on this and remove it. Yes! Okay, let's put that over here. Did I mention the car had an oil leak? Luckily, someone put a sump guard on this Mini, which has acted as a really good area to catch all the oil over the years, which I will be removing at some point. And it's absolutely caked in oil down there. So the engine needed a really good clean anyway. At least a good clean scrub and repaint the block, and a lot of the components on the edges are badly corroded anyway. Hopefully it can all be salvaged, it won't be too much of a problem. Now we're making great progress now, as the majority of the wiring loom has been disconnected. Now I've not tackled this before, so I'm fairly impressed with myself to even get this far. If you're going to have a go yourself, do what I've done and just mark everything up so you know where it all goes. It was going really well, but I've got stuck on one last nut. It's underneath the clutch cylinder and I just can't release it. I need a different type of spanner. Once that's off, the whole brake servo unit will come away from the bulkhead. Now if you're enjoying the channel and you're enjoying the content I'm putting up, please click on the subscribe button and also click on the notification bell, and it will let you know when the latest YouTube video has dropped. Now unfortunately, with my current socket set and spanners, I can't get underneath the clutch cylinder to remove the last nut. But lucky for me, my friend AD has lent me one of his ratchet spanners. So I should be able to get down there in the tight area and remove it. Let's put it on time lapse and get this out. So with a little help from my assistant, it looks like we could be on the verge of success. Let's see.
Success!
There's part one, okay.
Oh, a spider web's back there.
Yeah, look at the state of it in there. Well, I've only got a few small parts to be removed now, and the engine itself can come out. Before I go any further, I just want to say a big thank you to Steve, who's got a YouTube channel at Turbo Cooper Sport. I'll stick the link in the description. Steve has helped me loads on removing the majority of parts on this engine bay, so I think it's best I now invested in a Haynes manual before I flood him with any more WhatsApp messages. Come back and see the next video when I hope to get a lot more done, and I'll be looking at cleaning up the bulkhead, the inner wings, and then getting the car up on some pallets. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe if you can, and I'll see you on the next one.